Tadej Pogačar's mysterious illness during the Tour de France 2025. Number 1. The Great Cold That Wasn't Sick epidemic. So apparently half the peloton caught a cold during this year's Tour de France. Shocking, I know. According to Cycling News, Tadej Pogačar admitted that he had been dealing with, quote, a minor cold, but claimed it was, quote, nothing big. He conceded that, quote, half of the bunch has sore throats, coughing, blowing their noses, and said that he was, quote, becoming less sick now. It was just a pain in the ass. In Velo, the explanation was brilliantly logical. Ice packs and blasting air conditioning were annoying his throat, not viruses, and his runny nose and cough were more baggage than illness. As he put it, quote, it's nothing serious. I'm not really sick. It's just a bit of a pain in the ass. And so began the story of the non-sickness that was apparently rampant midday in the Alps. And also, half the peloton managed to have this too. Number 2. Jonas Vingegaard and the bloody cough scene. Meanwhile, somewhere in the peloton, Jonas Vingegaard apparently took this drama to the next level, coughing up blood. So, I can't find any official press quote, but there's plenty of Reddit chatter discussing that he, quote, was coughing up blood and announced it, suggesting that he'd come close to collapsing earlier in the season. It was crazy, and yet brace yourself, he rode the Tour regardless. Other riders chimed in saying, quote, Remco had tinnitus, Mathieu van der Poel went from a cold to pneumonia, and many were speculating the peloton had become some sort of a mobile biohazard zone where suppressed immune systems finally gave into germs. So while Pogačar minimised his illness, the reality was Jonas nearly literally hacked out his health on the bike. And it turns out there were actually a couple of valid reasons for this. Number 3. Cattle disease and climbing chills. Now, why the heck were so many riders sick during this year's Tour de France? Could it have been the evil cows? You knew, you bet. Stage 19 had to be shortened because of an outbreak of contagious nodular dermatitis in cattle near the Col des Saces, forcing organisers to suddenly eliminate 2 climbs at the Tour de France. Yeah, and they reroute the entire peloton during a stage to just 95k's instead of what it should have been. Yes, a viral cattle skin disease, not transmissible to humans, led to race changes, but Reddit users basically joked about livestock, quote, disease and infection on climbs, and how passing by sick cows probably added to the peloton's misery. So add cold weather in mountain stages, numb altitude and wind chills, air conditioning, ice therapy, and cows shedding nodules, and voila, a recipe for riders who looked like they caught incident or ancient plague. Number 4. Why Tadej recovered slightly while racing anyway. How does Pogačar recover from a cold while still racing? He didn't actually recover much, he merely claimed to be at the end of it. His recovery tools amounted to patience, ignoring the cold, and half-joking references to ice and podium duties. In reality, top riders rely on techniques like controlled hydration, anti-inflammation nutrition, rest day recovery messages. Oh, it was so bad. Minimal podium exposure, and even shielding from air conditioning. Pogačar's comments about ice everywhere damaging his throat hint that they tried rational measures, not miracle cures. Also, team doctors would monitor oxygen saturation, treat symptoms, e.g. throat sprays, warm teas, and ensure he didn't have something like pneumonia, unlike Flavio and Mathieu van der Poel or Remco, who reportedly progressed beyond a basic cold. 95% of the recovery was quite literally just grit. Number 5. Summing up mountains, mucus, and mystery. Let's put it all together. The 2025 Tour saw a wave of illness, mostly mild colds that caused sniffles, phlegm, and maybe enough drama for TV. Pogačar did joke that he wasn't really sick, Jonas Vingegaard, on the other hand, literally spit blood mid-race. A Redditor chain confirms pneumonia, sinusitis, blood coughs, exhaustion, gravel dust, and more. The weather was cold and rainy. The mountain days did a lot of damage. Icy podiums and windy altitude helped turn mild colds into full-body misery. The cattle disease, nodular dermatitis, triggered culling and rerouted stage 19, removing 2 major climbs and sparing riders exposure to sick cows, and perhaps reducing further infection rumours. But the symbolism is unforgettable. Thus, a mysterious cold that half the peloton felt, a yellow jersey who insisted it was nearly over, a near-fatal cough scene from his viral or rival, and herds of diseased cows avoided by race route. Drama? Absolutely. Mystery? You bet. But also utterly real. Pogačar's illness was, quote, nothing serious, unless you count stage winning with a runny nose and coughing. Vingegaard's illness was a free opera of blood and coughs, according to armchair medics on Reddit. Other dignified peloton members were branded with pneumonia, sinus infections, and polite wheezing. Cows were also sick, the climbs were cut, and the race was rerouted to avoid bovine dermal tragedy. Recovery protocols involved ice packs, warm drinks, shorter press interviews, and yawns at high altitude. Tadej Pogačars said, quote, half the bunch has sore throats and coughing. I'm becoming less sick. I wasn't really sick. It was just a pain in the ass. Reddit standout, quote, he said he was fed up. He said he was sick with some kind of cold, and that was most of them were. Stage 19 reroute. Quote, outbreak of contagious nodular dermatitis affecting cattle necessitated the culling, decided to avoid the Col des Saces. Final thoughts. Yes, it sounds like a classic cycling conspiracy. Mountains, mystery, mucus and cows. But when you piece the cold symptoms, the high altitude chills, the ice and AC, the blood coughing rider and the culling of diseased cows all into one narrative, you realise it's as real as Tour de France drama can get. Yeah. Thanks for watching today's video. If you're new here, please subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with all of the latest cycling news, cycling drama and cycling results. Leave a like on today's video to show your support for my work. And as always guys, feel free to comment down below your opinions in the comment section down below. If you have any further information about this, also do that as it will help us learn more.